Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Breaking the Cycle with Devin. This is the channel where we focus on financial independence and how we can get there faster. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this. Hello, Bobfire. It's nice to finally have you on the channel. Could you please talk a little bit about this weird retirement that you're actually trying to achieve? Well, thanks, Devin. It's really nice to be back on the channel. This retirement that I'm trying to achieve, it's basically called financial independence. Interesting. Financial independence. And when do you want to achieve this financial independence? Well, I would prefer to achieve it now. Actually, here on Breaking the Cycle with Devin, we've actually looked a little bit into financial independence. And which of the 5 broad types of financial independence are you actually trying to achieve? Wait, there's more than one type of financial independence? Of course there is. What are you, stupid or something? Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into this. Today we are going to be talking about coasting fire. Okay, so first things first, there are 5 buckets that most forms of financial independence fit into. And those 5 buckets are the traditional financial independence, lean financial independence, coasting financial independence, barista financial independence, fat financial independence. The most traditionally known type of financial independence, we just call it traditional financial independence. This form of financial independence I've actually already covered on this channel, so if you'd like to go take a look at that video, it'll be on the screen somewhere and I'll have it down, linked in the description. I will warn you, my videos back then were a lot worse, but the content is still great. So today we're going to be talking about coasting fire, the type of people that like coasting fire, what it really is, and kind of what my thoughts are on coasting fire. So what is coasting fire? Well, coasting fire is pretty simple. If you understand the basics of compound interest, more commonly known as the 8th wonder of the world, any money that you have invested will continue to grow as long as you have that money invested. So imagine this. If you, instead of putting away 15 to 20% of your retirement for the rest of your life, imagine spending the first 5 to 10 years of your life living frugally and saving as much money as you possibly can and creating a pot that's big enough so that you can just let it sit there and let it grow until retirement. So the idea is you save as much money as you can early on, and once you have enough saved, you just let it sit there. And over the 30 years or so that it will have to grow, it will achieve your fire number. So in a way, you can just spend the first couple of years of your life saving up for retirement, living very frugally, and then the rest of your life, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You can just sit back and relax. You can spend all the money that you take in, and you don't ever have to worry about retirement because you already know you saved enough money up front, and you're never going to have to think about it again. All right, example time. So Bob Fire is 25 years old, and his current fire number is $2 million. And fire number is nothing more than simply the amount of money that you need to invest in order to live off of that money for the rest of your life. So let's say Bob chooses to go with the coasting fire lifestyle. If Bob wants to achieve coasting fire by the age of, let's say, 35, which means he has 10 years to grow that money, he actually only needs to put away $263,000 by the age of 35. And then if he plans on retiring at the age of 65, his money will have 30 years to grow. And in those 30 years, his $263,000 will grow to $2 million. So Bob can just invest all this money up front and then just leave it alone. And then in 30 years, it'll be worth $2 million. So how much money would Bob Fire actually have to save every single year for those 10 years in order to achieve his coast fire number? Well, all he would actually have to put away is $18,000 a year. If he was able to put $18,000 a year, starting at the age of 25, all the way until he was 35 years old, he will have saved up $263,000, and he could never put another dime in his retirement account and live the rest of his life knowing that he is set for retirement. So this is a pretty cool concept. I only recently, a couple weeks ago, actually learned about coasting fire. I only knew that there was one form of fire, and that was the traditional way. But this is a very interesting view, and I'm sure there are people out there who would prefer this type. I mean, putting your money away early in your life and then just never having to worry about it again just sounds amazing. So, what are my thoughts on this? My only real issue with Coasting Fire is that it limits the amount of money the amount of wealth that you can really build over your lifetime. It sets the impression that you don't want to make that much money over your lifetime. And if that's what you want, that's totally fine. But I have more of a sense of, I kind of want to make as much money as I possibly can. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Just to show you an easy example, if Bob actually decided to continue investing those $18,000 a year for those next 30 additional years where he planned on putting nothing in there, the amount of money he'd have at retirement would double. So instead of only living off $80,000 a year with his $2 million pot, he would be living off $160,000 a year. And that's a lot of money. Maybe he doesn't necessarily need that much, but another way to look at it is, hey, he could have reached his 2 million number way, way earlier, and he could have retired way earlier. And that's more the traditional form of financial independence that I prefer. So there's a quote that Dave Ramsey, who is a very popular guy on YouTube, you can go check out his channel. It's pretty good. He has great stuff. He really helps out a lot of people who have been struggling with money their entire life. And the quote that he says is that, live like no one else so that you can live and give like no one else. Very simple quote. And what it really means that if you spend the time early on in your lifestyle, in your life, living frugally and saving as much money as you can, and you give that money an opportunity to grow, in the future, you will have way more money. And not only will you have way more money, you'll have more money to live the lifestyle that you actually want to live, and you will have enough money on the side to actually give back. And that opens up a lot of opportunities, not only in more things that you could do in your life, but it also opens up the opportunity to actually giving and helping others that actually can't live that lifestyle. So 2 generations ago, my family was extremely poor. We didn't have much at all. And those 2 generations, my father and my grandma, worked their butts off to get us up to the middle class. And that is something that I have to thank them for every single day, because that's a lifestyle that I couldn't even imagine living. So I thank them every chance that I get for that. But they worked so hard to get us up to the middle class, I feel like I have to continue on this trend and further improve the quality of my lineage. I want to be able to move my family from the middle class to the upper class, whatever you want to call it. And I want to start that off by being the first millionaire in my family. And I actually don't think it's going to take me too long to achieve that. And I believe with this goal that over time I'm going to obtain quite a bit of knowledge and wealth on the side. And I'm going to be happy when I can actually pass this on to the next generation, and they can take this and they can shape the world in the form that they want to do. They can make the world, hopefully they'll make the world a better place with all of that, knowing everything that they do. So Coasting Fire doesn't personally fit my goals, but that doesn't mean it doesn't fit yours. I'm sure there are people out there who love their jobs. They love what they're doing. They're already doing what they love. Coasting Fire could be perfect for them. Put some money aside for their retirement, never have to think about it again, and just continue on their life doing what they love and just living to the maximum extent. If you are this person, then Coasting Fire is the right choice for you. There's nothing wrong with what type of financial independence that you choose, but what's important is that you choose one of them. Because achieving financial independence will truly set you free, and you will be financially free for the rest of your life. That's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, we'll be talking about Lean Fire. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. sign up for M1 Finance and get $10. You can also sign up for Webull and get 4 free stocks with a deposit of $100, and they can be valued up to $1,600. So go get your free stocks while they're still available. Thanks for coming to the channel. This is Breaking the Cycle with Devin.